Okay, I want to get into this tool here, the draft dashboard, and show you how to use it here for the best pitching. There's a very large slate going on, of course, today, as you probably realize, and you want to look at here trying to get, first of all, the best pitcher into your lineup so that you can get going on some best value plays and everything. What I want to show you here, though, in particular today, as far as this feature, is the weighted OPS. This actually shows the weighted players' OPS versus upcoming lefty, righty, and switch-handed players. If you notice, Scherzer is at the top by default here when you order this up in terms of the overall dash rank, as we call it. So overall best player on the day. But Kluber, as well as even Romero, Paxton, obviously, and even Severino and Corbin are also considered top pictures according to those algorithms. So to get the best weighted OPS, we want to make sure is just order this up and seeing that it's still Scherzer the best at 501 OPS, and then Kluber following him. Now he's been faced the Houston Nationals before, and I notice here that it's not the ideal matchup for him. He's facing a couple of lefties, and it's a potent lineup. And they just gave up 9 runs last night. If that's anything indication of what they can do quickly. And then you have to drop down to Romero at .628, and then it gets obviously worse from there for you to consider these other pitchers. So Scherzer's obviously by far the best pitcher on the slate. But if you want to try to get away with something in tournaments, next best option is really between Paxton, even though he gives up 778 in the last 3-year average, and there's 3 lefties in the Twins lineup, and as far as that goes, and then Severino, he's pretty consistent all across the board, lefties, righties, and switch. So these guys are both at home. And you can see similar numbers all across the board with these 2 guys. So Paxton being cheaper, really, he's the play. So if you want to consider him for tournaments, that's just fine. Any one of these other guys, could possibly be a tournament play. However, all of these other guys have some issues going on. All right. So, unless there's a team that you really want to take advantage of here, I'm not seeing that exactly being the case. Any one of these teams being a lesser potent offense. So then you want to go ahead and look for your value plays. Taking catcher and first base first. Okay. Let's get back there real quick. So a lot of information here at your fingertips that you can look at, and basically here there are some good value plays. You've got Adams and Abreu, as well as let's see who we got here. Our overall best options. Okay, Salvador Perez, C.J. Cron for Tampa. Both handedness is going to be fine versus this pitcher, David Hess. I expect them to have a good day. The Rays, the Yankees will have a good day versus Heaney of the Angels. And, of course, we can look at versus Mike Minor, Salvador Perez, and the Texas Rangers doing well in probably Texas as well, as there have been some high-scoring games there going on. So, you can look at these guys at that position. Just take it by another position at a time. Looking at second base, waiting for that to pull up here. As I've already taken and watched the players that have some of these favorable matchups, considering handedness and weighted OPS. Okay, this course doesn't, take into effect every detail that you want to look at statistically in baseball, but it's a major portion of it. So Scooter Gennett, looking well. No reason to really spend up Well, he's kind of more expensive than he used to be, actually, 4,400. So actually you are spending up if you go with him. And then Solarte, if you want to obviously spend down at that position, is just a fine play there. The Toronto and Philly game, as there's wind blowing out, I heard, and that should just bump that game up a little bit more even in Philadelphia. And so let's see, in Moncada, he's fine with the White Sox as a one player. I wouldn't stack them, but you can go with Torres as well for the Yankees and have at it there in tournaments or cash. Looking for the best value plays in either scenario, really. I wouldn't change my batting, strategies between cash or pivoting off of, gameplay on tournaments, because it's really just depends on your pitcher that you choose. Then you have to stack the lineups accordingly, trying to fill out your salaries. So not much difference there, and according to what you can do price-wise. And then now you got third base, Arroyo for Tampa, another Tampa. Should be, a chance of having a good day. As a 333 average so far. Hasn't played a whole lot, no homers yet, but maybe he'll get some hits on base percentage. Alvarez, I'm looking for him to actually get started. Actually, he is hot the last few games he's played, so look for him. He's got some hard contact in his game there going on, as well as Yomer Sanchez, possibly for the White Sox, as a switch hitter. Not bad either. And Carpenter for St. Louis. If that game plays okay, watch out for any rain. Have any indications of that. And another Texas guy here to fill into a lineup perhaps for a Texas stack if you want to. And then shortstop going on and moving on here. So trying to give you every position here before I let you go. And at shortstop, of course, you got options that are higher price, of course, Trey Turner. But the reasonable, of course, deal today is Profar of Texas, as he'll get you hopefully some points as long as maybe in Texas stack. And then, like I mentioned, Trey Turner, not the most favorable for him, but he's good as peripherals. Peripheral-wise, maybe a stolen base or something. And Daniel Robertson there as a great value play, maybe along with the Washington pitcher if you're looking to get the best pitcher in on the cash play. And in the outfield, see what we get here. Mookie Betts is going to be hard to fit in today at that price, of course, but he's been the best hitter, even when there's, I read on Fangraphs, even when there's 2 strikes against him, he does very well in that scenario, even behind the count like that, which is good, versus today Julio Teheran. So if you can afford him, hey, why not? But probably won't be able to. So otherwise, best outfield hitters for the day, probably according to lineups. Just check and watch those. Bryce Harper, Austin Meadows, I like him. Potentially is a good play if he plays is in the starting lineup. As a good, decent deal, I suppose. 3,600. I was hoping for something lower priced, but Soto for Washington, we can play him today if we want. Although a lot of his stuff has been against lefties, not righties, so maybe just only as a tournament play there. And then Malik Smith, if you want to, take a shot on him, he's good versus lefties, and that's fine. So let's see, he's better at least. He's not a great power hitter, of course. And then Shu Chu, the Shield should be fine for a Texas stack, as I mentioned. Corey Dickerson, Pittsburgh. You could even do in the same contest possibly, Pittsburgh and Texas stack, or do them separately, And got Charlie Blackmon with the lefties in Colorado today. That's looking good to me, as he should get back into form there and be one of the better hitters. And Polanco, of course, with Pittsburgh, can do that as well. So I want to leave you with that lineup for today. If you want to pick up this tool and be able to look up and research this for any game during the week and the weekends, which I don't usually normally do this, so you can get these plays and not pass up any opportunities to win in DFS today. And you get that by clicking on the link in the description of this video there. Take care.